Welcome to a good morning yoga flow where we're going to just kind of target all areas of the body, find a good stretch for this morning, and just feel good in ourselves. So go ahead and come to a hero position where knees are together, the ankles are back behind, sitting on our feet. Just finding a little opening through the tops of our thighs. And just go ahead and bring your hands to either your heart, or you can just bring them to your lap, whatever feels nice. Maybe you roll the shoulders back a little bit. And just connect with the breath. Maybe close your eyes if you feel like that's available or you want to do that. Just close the eyes, connect with the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just being present here in this very moment. Connecting with your breath. Just noticing what that feels like this morning. Maybe fast, maybe slow. And just not judging, just noticing. You're just riding the wave of your breath, your inhale and your exhale for a full cycle of breath. Maybe you begin to try to connect the inhale with the exhale and just let that continue to roll. Each inhale, each exhale, finding that connection. Soften the jaw, soften the eyes, and soften the forehead. Sitting up tall in the spine. And maybe you take the mantra today of it's going to be a great day. Today is going to be a great day. I'm full of life, energy, and enthusiasm. Just breathe that in. What does that feel like? Just repeat that in your mind a couple more times. Today is going to be a great day. I am full of life and energy and enthusiasm. Just take a couple more breaths here. Just finding that connection. Being in this present moment and sticking with that mantra. Or creating your own, something that feels good. Something to motivate you this morning and just something to help you feel the beauty and the energy that life has to offer us. And then you can flutter the eyes open or you can keep them closed. We're going to go ahead and just roll the wrists a little bit, wake them up. Both directions, just play around with this, whatever feels good. Maybe if you want to take a hand, pull the fingers back, stretch the wrist this way, the other way. Maybe take it the opposite direction, just gently pressing. Making sure to stay with the breath here. And then we're going to go ahead and sit up onto the feet. So the toes get tucked under now. And we're going to sit up onto the feet, up onto the heels, and just find a little stretch for the feet and for the toes. Breathing into that. Sitting up tall on the spine. And then go ahead and release. Come back down to the mat. I'm gonna turn to the side now, and maybe we just do a little side body stretch. Right hand comes to the floor, the mat, reach the left hand up, inhale through center, exhale, bring it all the way across, keeping the sits bones or the pelvis nice and neutral. And then come back over. This time the right hand reaches up, inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, draw those fingertips over and across. Inhale, back up, reach the hands back behind you. Maybe you tend the fingers and grab the floor. Maybe you're just reaching back behind, opening up through the shoulders. Maybe you find a little wiggle, a little mobility here. And then let's go ahead, come back onto our seat. And we'll continue from there. Let's go ahead, take the left hand to the mat. The right hand comes to the left ear, and let's just draw it over to the right side. Tweaking at the neck. Bringing a little love to it this morning as we've slept all night long. One more breath, inhale and exhale. And this time we'll switch. Right hand comes to the floor. Left hand comes to the right ear. Draw that over to the left shoulder. And just breathe into that space. Every breath finds a little bit of more relaxation, creating a little bit more space there. And then we can release, switch the opposite foot in front. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulders back a little. Maybe you want to bring your hands to the shoulders and roll them that way. And let's go the other direction. Staying with the breath, using the breath. And then find a little release, tint the fingertips, bring them back behind you. Once again, open up, broaden through the shoulders, lift the crown of the head, sit tall in the spine. And then let's go ahead and come forward on our mat. Reach our fingertips forward, drop the crown of the head. Breathe into the back body. Inhale back up, switch the legs one more time. Let's take a forward fold on the opposite side, the other hip. So inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, they come forward. Maybe you notice the difference from one side to the other. And then coming back up, take a little neck roll to the right and left, and a neck roll from left to right. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and let's come back down to our backs. We're going to come into a flamingo pose, I like to call it. So you're going to extend the left foot down, bring the right leg up, and just go ahead and just draw that knee towards your chest. Find a little bit of mobility, just find a little bit of movement. Maybe you want to grab the foot and bring it towards the chest or the core. And then go ahead, extend that leg back up. Maybe the hand comes behind the knee, maybe to the toe or the shin, whatever feels right for you this morning. Just drawing that knee towards the chest, finding some flexibility, finding a stretch. Breathing deep. And go ahead, grab whatever feels good for you, maybe the toe, the shin, knee, and then just find a little opening to the right. trying to draw that left hip still on the mat. Maybe there's a bent knee and the right leg. And then let's go ahead and draw that all the way across. So switching with your left hand, let's draw that foot to the other side. And once again, you can come all the way to the floor, take it to your desired, whatever you want to do today, however far you want to take it. And maybe work with it, play around with it. Or maybe you're looking for more stillness and you just want to stay in that pose. Trying to draw that right shoulder to the mat. Bring the knee back. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Maybe you want to grab around the foot and pull the knee towards you. Once again, maybe you want to pull it. A little external rotation here in the hip. And then let's extend that foot back up. Let's extend the left foot to meet the right. And a little waterfall pose. Maybe you want to bend the knees together. Find some flexion and extension. Let's point the toes and flex and point and flex. Just bringing a little energy, a little mobility to the feet, the legs. And then go ahead, bend the knees, draw the right leg all the way back down. And the left leg comes up. Once again, we're looking to find that mobility, that extension here. So whether you want to find that flexion, that mobility first, bending the foot into the chest, or maybe you're just drawing that knee towards the chest. Maybe you want to take it out to the side a little, but we're going to get there. And then go ahead, bringing the hands to wherever they meet. Find that extension all the way through that left leg. Draw that knee towards the nose. Maybe peace fingers around the big toe. Just meeting yourself where you're at this morning. And then go ahead, whatever you'd like to do, wherever you'd like to place the hand, draw that leg open, a little external rotation. The hips opening up here. Breathing into that space. And then let's go ahead and draw that foot the other way. So grabbing with the opposite hand to draw the foot the opposite direction. And knowing it does not have to meet the floor, it can, or you can stay here with me. Lots of options here to listen to your body. Working towards that shoulder, that, don't lose your balance, that left shoulder on the mat. Grounding that right foot down to help with balance. And then bringing it back up, bend the knee. Bring the other foot to meet, bend the knee, flex, extend. And then let's go ahead and flex the feet one more time. Maybe you want to roll the ankles either direction. And let's go ahead, drop the feet. Let's find a bridge pose. So from bridge pose, let's go ahead, plant the feet into the mat, root them down, find that stability, feet are hip width apart. Maybe you can just slightly gaze the back of your heel with your fingertips and then press up into the feet, press the feet in, engage in the glutes, engage in the core, lift the hips up. Maybe you stay here, option to interlace the fingers underneath, walk the shoulders underneath. Breathing deep into that space, the that you've just created. And then slowly lower the hips, undo the hands, and lower them back down. Take a breath. From our bridge pose, we're just going to let the knees fall to the right. Let the knees fall to the left. Maybe you want to create a little bit of space here. Option to bring the right foot forward, dropping it down on the right. Staying with the breath. Inhale back to center, walk the right foot back in, walk the left foot out a little bit, and then go ahead, exhale. Option to stay here for a couple more breaths, or just to hold on one side or the other. But making sure to do both sides. Maybe you want to take it faster with the breath, or maybe you want to hold it and make it your own. And when you're ready, go ahead and hug the knees in, wrap the arms around the knees, the shins, rock it back and forth, massage the spine. And then let's go ahead and roll. Little baby rolls all the way up to the top of the mat. Plant the feet, maybe you scoot back a little bit. We're gonna find a table position. So coming forward, hands are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. Nice tabletop position. Let's just roll the wrists here one more time. Going from left to right, right to left. And maybe we roll the hips, wag the tail, sinking back into the hips, using the breath. Inhaling through center, exhaling as you roll back. And then meeting me back in center, we'll take a couple cat-cows. So go ahead and just drop the belly. Inhale, look up at the sky. Exhale, belly comes in, rounding through the spine, pressing firmly into the mat. And then go ahead, drop the belly, lift the crown of the head. You can flow with your breath or stay with me. Drop the head, exhale, pressing into the mat, finding that lift and that energy. And go ahead, inhale, and exhale. Drop the crown of the head, chin towards the chest. And then when you're ready, meeting me back in center, we're gonna step the right leg back, press into the heel, tuck the toe. Just feel that stretch for the calf. And we're gonna lift that leg, lift opposite arm, so left hand comes up, right leg is extended, left arm extended. Hold, making sure to breathe. And then we're gonna find a little tiger pose. Reach that right hand around, grab the foot, draw the heel, or draw the foot away from the body. Wrapping the shoulder back around, pressing firmly through the mat with the right hand, finding lift, lifting up tall, to come out of the head. And then exhale. Drop the knee. We'll do it. Actually, let's go ahead, kickstand the right leg out. Let's open up through a side plank version. Lift the arm over the head, left Fingertips go all the way over, opening up through the side body. We're gonna go through gate pose. So we're gonna inhale, lift the arms all the way up and over. Open the other direction, other side of the body. Exhale. Inhale back down, let's flow with the breath. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale, one more time. Now staying here, go ahead, bend that knee. The back knee bends. So go for a bend. We're just gonna find a little baby side angle. Reach up through the fingertips. Pressing that left elbow into the thigh, making sure that knee stays pointed with the toe. Reaching up. And then we'll extend all the way back to the top of the mat. Bring the hands back down. Find that extension through that leg again, and then draw that knee behind the left knee, right knee behind left. Sink back into the hips. Find a stretch through the hands. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Sink all the way back. Let's find a full cow face position. So go ahead, bringing the left hand up. Bend at the elbow, bringing the hand to the back of the body. Reach the right hand around. See if you can either touch fingertip to fingertip, or maybe you're clasping fingertips and we're opening up through the shoulders here. Sitting up nice and tall. Crown of the head lifts up. Getting a nice gaze forward. And just one more time, fold over, exhale. Knee towards the nose. Inhale back up. One more time. And exhale. Inhale. And release. Let's come back to the top of the mat and take it to the other side. So this time the left heel, the left toes come back. We're going to stretch through that calf. Stretch through those toes, stretch through that calf. Finding that movement. Finding that mobility. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift that leg. Lift opposite arm, so right hand, left leg is extended. Breathe into this, breathe, inhale. And exhale. We're going to take it into that tiger pose. So wrap the right hand all the way back to grab around the foot. And then press that foot back, opening up through the hip flexors, tops of the thighs, pressing down with that left hand, opening up and wrapping that right shoulder back behind you. Finding a point to gaze at. And then we're going to release. Let's kickstand that leg out. So opposite direction this time. So finding that side plank, a little version of a side plank on the opposite side. Reaching that right hand over and then coming into that gate pose. So exhale over. Inhale back down. Exhale over. Inhale down. And exhale. From here, go ahead and bend into that front knee, pointing the toe towards the top of the mat. So you're tracing the knee with the foot. And then find that little baby side angle. Lifting up nice and tall through the spine, reaching those fingertips over the head, wrapping that shoulder back and around. And then coming all the way back over to the top of the mat. And then go ahead and find that lift in the left leg again. So lifting that left heel, bringing it back behind. So left is behind the right knee. Sink back the hips. And then we're gonna fold over the knees. And a couple breaths here. Stay with the breath. And then coming all the way up. Lifting right arm, bending at the elbow. So those fingertips come to the upper back. And then reach that left hand around. Maybe you're just grazing the fingertips, maybe you're clasping them together, opening up the shoulders, sitting up tall in the spine, gazing forward. Breathe. Staying here one more breath, and then we're going to take it forward. So on your next inhale, open up and exhale forward. And inhale. We'll do that one more time. Exhale. Coming back up on your inhale, release those hands back behind you. Draw the hands back to the top of the mat. We'll open up back to our table. From our table, go ahead and tuck the toes, hover the knees, engage in the core, firing up the core here. And we're just gonna press into down dog and back to that hover. Flowing with your breath. Waking up the legs. Take a couple more of these and then we'll meet in our down dog. Or whenever you're ready, option to go ahead and come into that down dog. Last time. Hover the knees and meet me in down dog. Knowing that you can always have a bent knee here. Let's just pedal out the feet for a moment. Wag the dog, wag the toe. Maybe you draw the heels to the right. Staying nice and firmly planted in the shoulders and the hands at the top of the mat. And then inhale through center, exhale, heels to the left. And then come back through center, find stillness. Maybe you look up at the top of the thighs. Let the head dangle like a piece of fruit. Staying here a couple more breaths. And let's go ahead, inhale, bring it all the way forward into a nice strong plank. And we're gonna spinal wave it back. So you're gonna bend the knees. Come into that hover, exhale, downward dog. Spinal wave all the way back to the plank. Bend the knees. Wave the spine. Use the breath. One more time. Coming all the way into your plank. Holding it there. Shooting it back to down dog. Now let's just go ahead and walk the feet all the way to the top of the mat. Find a little forward fold here. Maybe you want to bend the knees for a moment. And let's go ahead and inhale all the way up, tall mountain. Palms come together at the top. And then go ahead, exhale, cactus the elbows, cactus the arms, open up through the chest, broaden the shoulders. Inhale at the top, hands come back together, palms to meet, and then exhale, fold all the way back over the legs. Inhale, a little halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Let's bring the hands back to the mat, step the feet back, find your plank. Take your version of vinyasa. Maybe you start small, maybe you bring the knees to the mat, shoot the elbows back, come into that little baby cobra, pressing up into maybe an up dog if you're ready, and then shooting back to your down dog. From your down dog, let's go ahead and let's lift the right heel to the sky, opening up through the hips. And then bring knee all the way forward. Frame the foot. So your right foot is forward, it's flexed. We're going to drop that back knee down. Find a little low lunge with the arms. Sinking into your low lunge, flexion in the front. Those toes are tucked. And then we're going to exhale back. So just bringing the hands all the way back. Maybe they stay at a hover. Maybe you want to drop them to the mat. And then we're going to inhale forward. Lift the hands back to that little lunge. Exhale back. One more time. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale back. Stay here and let's find a little twist. Left hand comes to the mat. Right hand reaches up to the sky, opening up, using the exhale to find that twist and create that space through the belly button. And then bring the hand back down. Step it forward. Step the left foot forward. Open up the feet. Sink the hips down. Take a little yogi squat. Bringing the elbows. Draw the knees open. Maybe you want to find a little wiggle. And then go ahead, bring the hands to the mat. Shoot the hips up. Find your forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands to the mat. Step the feet back. Take your version of a vinyasa, maybe that's a full vinyasa, coming into Chaturanga, flipping the feet, coming up into your up dog, opening up through the shoulders here, lifting the knees from the mat, engaging the core and the glutes, and then exhale back, downward dog. From your downward dog, let's lift the left heel to the sky, pressing the right heel down towards the mat. Doesn't have to meet the mat. And then draw that knee all the way forward. Frame the foot. Let's come into that low lunge on the left side. Reach, extend the hands up. Finding that low lunge first. Thinking about finding strength through the inner thighs here, keeping the knee tracing the same way as the toes. And then we're going to exhale back. Maybe you take that first one at a hover, try it out, or the hands can come to the mat. Inhale forward. Take this 3 times. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Hands come to the mat. Right hand comes to the mat. Left hand reaches to the sky, opening up through a twist. Finding link from hand to hand or fingertip to fingertip. Using the exhale and that twist. Bringing the hand back to the mat. Come back into that low lunge first. Step it forward. Find your forward fold. Walk the feet out. Pivot your feet 45 degrees. Sink back into your yogi squat. Maybe rock the hips. Drawing the knees open with the elbows. Hands come into a prayer position. Sit up tall in the spine. Reach the crown of the head up. And then go ahead, fold back over. Take your forward fold. Maybe you bend the knees a little bit. And from here, we're going to go ahead and come into a chair pose. So you're going to sweep the arms all the way up. Chair pose. Rise up to the tippy toes. Hold here. Engage in the core. Engage in the glutes. You're sinking the hips back. Lifting the fingertips forward. And then see if you can stay on the tippy toes. We're going to exhale, forward fold. All the way over. Takes a little balance. And then drop the heels. We'll do that one more time. So inhale, come into that chair pose, sink the hips down, knees are together. Come up into the tippy toes, hold it there, find the strength, find the balance. Exhale, forward, and drop the heels. Bend the knees. Let's go ahead, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and walk the feet back. Take your vinyasa, shifting forward over the hands. Come into your little chaturanga. Shoot the elbows back. Lifting forward, broadening through the shoulders. Maybe it's up dog. Maybe it's just baby cobra. Totally, you take the option that works for your body. Come back into your downward dog. And then shooting it all the way, roll the spine, lower to the belly, all the way down slow. We're gonna bring the arms out to the sides, tent the fingertips, look up, take that little baby cobra, engage in the glutes here, bring them together. Almost like you have a quarter back there. You really want to find that engagement. Engage in the core as well. Lift up through the crown of the head. And maybe drop the right shoulder down towards the mat. And then lift back up. And then exhale, left shoulder comes down. Inhale, back up. And then go ahead. Come back all the way down. Let's bring the hands back under the shoulders. Come back into that baby cobra. Look from right and back to center and to left. And back down. Let's go ahead and push all the way up into a strong plank. Hold your strong plank, shoot your hips back, find your downward dog. Maybe bring it a little closer. Reach back, grab the left heel with the right hand. Maybe look under the shoulder. Bring it back forward. Left hand comes to right heel. Look under the shoulder. Say good morning. And then bring it back forward. Downward dog, couple breaths. Maybe find some movement or some stillness. And then when you're ready, bringing the big toes together, let's lift the right heel to the sky. Open up, bend the knee, open up through the hip. Sinking the left heel as close to the mat as you can. And then draw that knee all the way forward, pressing into the mat to find that lift through the hands. Drop the foot, frame the foot. Coming into your crescent lunge. So nice strong crescent lunge. Hold crescent lunge. And we're going to go into a twist. So you're going to reach that right hand back, opening up through a twisted crested lunge. Reaching the right hand back, maybe you look at the back, right fingertips. And then you're going to windmill the arms all the way around. Find your warrior two. A strong warrior two. Reach the fingertips out the side. Flexion that front knee. Making sure to keep that knee tracing the same way as the foot. Let's go ahead, extend back, reverse. Inhale. And then exhale, go ahead, come all the way up, side angle pose. Full side angle pose here. Maybe the elbow wants to come to the knee, or option to bring the hand to the mat. Opening up. We're gonna hold it here for a couple breaths. Option to take a bind, wrapping the arm back behind you, interlacing the fingers. Holding that bind for a couple breaths, planting the feet firmly into the mat. And then when you're ready, placing that right hand back down, reach and extend the left fingertips up, extend through the right knee, and then bend. Use the breath, extension, triangle, and bend, and extension. One more time, flexion, and extension. Finding full triangle pose. Option to bring the hand to the mat, the shin, the ankle, the knee. Reaching the fingertips all the way up to the sky, opening up almost like you're wrapping that left shoulder back. Engaging in the core, pulling those hips together strong. Let's go ahead and we're going to sink it into a side lunge here. So you're going to bring this foot down towards the mat all the way up, engage in the core, bring the hands together all the way up, and then sink it back into the left hip. Maybe the hands come together at prayer. Option to bring the hands out in front of you. Option to bring them to the mat. Hold here, side lunge. And we're going to shoot it all the way back. Warrior two. Reverse the warrior. And cartwheel the hands all the way down. Find that downward dog. We'll take it to the other side. Big toes come together. Take a breath. And then on your next inhale, lift the left heel to the sky. Open up through the hip. Find that external rotation. Stay nice and square in the shoulders. At the top of the mat, drawing that right heel to the mat. And then go ahead, pull that knee all the way forward. Press into the mat with the hands. Find the lift. Step the foot through. Find your crescent lunge. Flexion in the front, extension in the back toes tucked. Both toes are pointed towards the top of the mat. Finding a point to gaze at in front of you. Fixing to take it into our crescent lunge twist. On your next inhale, let's exhale into that twist, opening up, left fingertips draw back. Maybe you look and gaze at the left fingertips. Maybe you want to keep your gaze forward. Staying here for one more breath, and then we're going to cartwheel those hands all the way open, warrior two. Strong warrior two. Reach the fingertips out both sides. Finding that flexion in the front knee, bend knee, extension in the right. External rotation with that right foot. Let's reverse the warrior, flip the palm, reach up, inhale. And then exhale, extended side angle. Once again, option to bring the elbow to the knee or all the way down to the mat. Reach up, find that side angle first, and then option to take that bind, if you did so on the other side, interlacing the fingers back behind, wrapping that right hand back to grab the left hand. Staying here for a couple breaths. And then go ahead, open up, back in the side angle. We're going to find that extension and flexion. So extension and that up, that top foot, top leg, and then flexion. Extension into that little triangle, back into that side angle, lifting up tall through the fingertips and that right hand. Last time, stay in that triangle pose. Find your full expression of triangle pose. Maybe you even want to slide that back foot in a little bit. Just find any adjustments you need to make to take this triangle to the depth that your body needs today. Reaching those fingertips back, finding lift, reaching them away from each other. Engaging in the core. Stay here 2 more breaths. This time, we inhale, lift the hand, left hand, right hand comes to meet it. Engage in the core, lift all the way up. And then we're going to sink into that side lunge, the opposite side. Once again, option to bring the hands forward, hands in prayer, or to the mat. Maybe play with the depth that you want to take it to. Maybe it feels different. Upwards and downwards, lower to the mat. Just play around with it. Whatever stretch you feel like you need. And then we're going to come back into that warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Inhale. And cartwheel the hands all the way back down to the mat. Find your downward dog. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. A little spinal wave all the way to plank and bend the knees. Take a couple of those. Meeting in downward dog. Come up into tippy toes, bend the knees, either walk, jump, step to the top of the mat, find a forward fold, nose towards the knees. Inhale all the way up, tall mountain. And exhale, fold. We're going to run through that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to the mat, step back. Strong plank. Take your vinyasa or meet me in downward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Okay, from here, with the breath, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Open up through the knee, bend the knee. And then draw the knee all the way forward. Top of that, press into the mat, find that lift, step the foot through. Find your crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Crescent lunge twist, opening up. Inhale all the way. Warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Inhale. Exhale. Side angle. Hold your side angle for 2 breaths. And then extend all the way to find that triangle pose. From triangle pose, we're going to add on a bit. Find a half moon. So when you're ready, finding the strength and balance in your right foot. Coming forward to find that half moon as you place the right hand down. Opening up through half moon. Reaching left fingertips to the sky, opening up through the hip. Maybe you want to play around with that, bring the hand up, or keep the hand down to the mat. we're going to land in that side lunge. So dropping the foot slowly towards the back of the mat, sink into your side lunge. And once again, play around with the depth that you want to take it here. Maybe you even want to find extension through the hands this time. And then bring the hands back. Come up through that warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel all the way down. Take your vinyasa. Inhale through up dog. Exhale, down dog. Other side. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, lift the left heel to the sky. Open up the hip. Shoot that knee all the way forward. Draw it in between the hands. Bring the foot. Find your crescent lunge. Find the breath. We're going to flow. Exhale into that crescent lunge twist. Cartwheel the arms, windmill the arms. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, side angle pose. Staying here for 2 breaths. And then find that full extension, triangle pose. 2 breaths, and then we work towards half moon. So keeping that those right fingertips to the sky. Find the balance in the left foot, bend the knee, draw the opposite foot forward a little. Find your half moon. Maybe it's different from one side to the other. That's why we do yoga, to find the balance. Maybe you play around with your balance on this side. Notice the difference. Keeping that foot firmly planted. Take 1 more breath, and then we drop the foot into our side lunge. Playing with the depth. Maybe you find that extension through the left fingertips. You did so on the other side. Coming all the way back, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel the arms all the way down. Take your vinyasa. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. On your next inhale, go ahead and reach the right heel to the sky. You're rolling the left heel towards the mat. Bend the knee. Open up through the hips. You're going to flow into a flip the dog. So from here, come a little forward onto the hands, and then draw that foot all the way to the earth. Reach up, extend through the right fingertips. Press the hips up to the sky. Your left foot is planted. You might be shaking like I am. Looking at the back of the palm of the hand. And then bring the hand all the way back to the mat. Find your 3-legged dog. And from here, shoot that knee all the way forward. We're going to find a pigeon pose. So draw the knee forward to the right elbow, and then go ahead, bend the knee a little bit. Drop into your pigeon pose. So your right foot is coming out towards the sides of the mat, and take it to whatever depth you need. Maybe you want to take a little bit option to take it a little bit wider or narrower. Just listen to what your body needs. And then we're going to sink into that pigeon pose. So back leg is fully extended. Just relax the back leg. Inhale, find a little lift. Exhale, forward fold over that knee. Bringing the forehead to the mat. Inhale. Find a little lift. And we're just gonna go ahead and find a little twist into this. So we're gonna draw the right and the left hand over towards the side, the right side. Finding a little twist through this pigeon, just for a second. Sitting up tall in the spine, and then bring it the opposite direction. Look back at the foot, and then bring it forward. Find a little inhale, and maybe you want to draw that heel towards you. Take a little twist. And then just release the foot. We'll take it to the other side. So pressing the hands into the mat, go ahead and find that three-legged dog. We'll take one more little vinyasa here. Maybe you want to keep it with the left or the right leg up. Find your up dog, inhale. Exhale to your downward dog. And then we'll float to the other side. So left heel lifts to the sky. Find that bent knee first. Find that external rotation. Pressing and squaring through the shoulders. And you're going to find a little bit of a forward, shift forward just slightly. And then we're going to drop that heel to the earth, to the mat. Lift up through the hips, reach the fingertips up. You're looking at the back of the hand. Pressing the hips up to the sky. Making sure to root firmly down through the right hand. Joints are stacking. Inhale. Exhale. One more time on your next inhale. We'll flow all the way back through. Find that three-legged dog. And then pull it all the way through to your pigeon. So knee comes towards the left elbow. Drop it down. Take it to your depth. Listening to your body. Extension towards the back. Toes are pointed towards the back of the mat. Find that little inhale with the crown of the head. Go ahead, exhale, taking it all the way down to the mat. Forehead comes to the mat. We're going to find that little inhale one more time. Take that little twist, bringing the hands to the outside of the hip, the left side of the body. Bring it to the opposite side. And then from here, you can plant the left hand down. Maybe you find a little twist. Whew. Find your balance. You might have to work into this pose. One side is definitely tighter for me than the other. So I'm going to create a little bit more space here with a little bit of lift to find this twist. Drawing that heel towards you. And then just release. One more vinyasa, I lied. So inhale, lift that heel to the sky. And then you can either bring it all the way down or you can take that version of vinyasa. Inhale to your up dog. Last time. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees. Go ahead, jump the feet in, cross the ankles, come into a seated position. We're on the floor now, guys. We're gonna go ahead and take a little butterfly. So bring the soles of the feet together and then draw the heels towards the inner thighs. Go ahead and interlace the fingers, wrap them around the soles of the feet. Take a little inhale, find a little lift, and then exhale, forward fold over, dropping the crown of the head. Breathing into that back body. And a little inhale. Look up. And then an exhale. Let's bring the knees together. Give a little hug. Inhale through the back body. We're going to find a little plow pose. So maybe scoot the hips forward. Come down to the back side of the body. Slowly lower. Bring the heels to the sky. Find your plow pose by shooting the legs all the way back behind you. Hands come to the lower back. Press the feet to the mat. Try to keep the neck nice and neutral. Harder to breathe in these poses. Should feel really good. You can flex the feet or you can point the feet. Just play around with it, see what feels good for you. You can play around with extending each leg, taking time in this pose to make it yours. We'll stay here a good 5 breaths, making it your own, being creative, thinking about that energy, going back to that theme, that enthusiasm for life, the beautiful attitude that we can create in our bodies, in our minds. A couple more breaths. And then we're going to lift the feet to the sky, full candle pose. And then exhale, draw the knees to the nose and the chest. Slowly roll the hips down. Let's come back into that bridge pose. So graze the back of the heel, press the feet into the mat, lift the hips. Maybe play around with it, do something different that you didn't do before. Maybe you didn't interlace and you want to try that this time. Walking the shoulders underneath. And just seeing how much more open the body is now. How much more alive the body might feel. Maybe it doesn't, and that's okay. And just meeting yourself where you're at. Not judging, just noticing. On the exhale, drop the hips back down. Let's bring the knees to the chest. Give a little hug, roll the spine one more time. Let's find a little twist. So tee the arms out off both sides. And then we're gonna have the knees, hug the knees in, and then just drop the knees to the right. Finding a little spinal twist. You can even take your right hand, drawing it towards the knees. Maybe you even want to gaze and look at the left fingertips. And then coming back in through center, hug the knees, tee the arms back out again. We'll take it to the opposite side. So the knees just go ahead, draw across the body all the way to the left. Maybe the left hand this time comes to the right knee. You gaze at the right fingertips. Bring the knees back up, drop the feet to the mat. Walk the feet out to the edges of the mat and drop the knees together. Maybe you want to bring the arms all the way back behind you. Interlace the hands, point the fingers, reach them. Or maybe you just want to relax the hands back behind you. Or tee the arms, cactus the arms, whatever feels good. Just make it your own. Being creative here once again with our bodies. Using the energy that we've just created. Tapping back into Really focusing on that breath. Let's go ahead, walk the feet all the way out to the mat. Maybe you need to adjust, whatever you need to do. Feet come out to the width of the mat. Arms come out away from the body. Maybe the hands are open for receiving, or maybe they're placed down for surrender. And close the eyes. Relax the feet. Relax the knees. Relax the pelvis. And the lower back. Relax the chest and the shoulders. Relax the arms and the hands. Relax the neck and the head. Looking for a softening in the body. Feeling a gentle heaviness. Maybe the eyes soften and the forehead soften. And you're just surrendering to that beautiful energy that's given to us, if taken. Staying here in your Shavasana. The mind is a flexible mirror. Adjust it to see a better world. Staying with that breath, that inhale and that exhale. Maybe with your next inhale, you breathe in that energy. Exhale, send it all the way down to the tips of the toes. And then maybe you inhale, bring it all the way back up to the crown of the head. And then just feel that, work with that flow of energy from the top of the head to the toes. Coming back and forth. Staying here for a couple breaths. Keep your head high, keep your chin up, and most importantly, keep smiling, because life is a beautiful thing and there's so much to smile about. It's going to be a great day. You can stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. Feel free to pause this video, or you can go ahead and press into the side of your mat, bringing yourself back up. Namaste.